Hey guys, I wanted to do a nail set with you today. Excuse me if I sound sick because I still am. I was in the hospital last week, so I'm still just not feeling good, but do not want to lay in bed. So we are going to be doing these fruit nails right here. Let me show you the stuff that we're going to use. We're going to be using this nail mold. I should have probably made some of them ahead of time, but I did not. And we're going to be using this double rhythm A1025, double rhythm A1572, double rhythm 1118 for like the stems of the blueberries, I guess. Ooh, let me set that up. And then we're going to also use this because it's the double rhythm B1016. At the bottom of it, I used some glitter. For the French and Madame Glam Bold White, the Rajas 1185. And then for my foils, I used the McCart foil glue. And then I already pre-cut the little foils that I'm going to use for my two nails. That way I'm not fussing with it because it sticks to my gloves. So, since we have all that product out, and then I use the crazy top to stick my little charms, so yeah. I've already prepped these and kind of filed the tips, and I filed this and then put like a base on it. So we're going to do that. Let's start with, I do 2 coats of this Rajism 1185 on 3 of the nails. Let's just start with that first, I guess. That's not what I started with on the other one, but let's just start with that here. This is like a pretty mauve purplish color. I can't figure out how to get my camera to stop zooming in and out like that. It's just what it is. I have the Android phone, which one do I have? I don't even know. Anyways, I put it on fix, and it then it sits there and stares at the mat of my table. So then it won't it won't show you what I'm doing on the nails, and then I'm struggling with it. And I'm not getting an iPhone because I hate iPhones, so there's that. Have you guys seen that little thing where somebody showed their iPhone on a Ring camera and it constantly blinks in your face when you're watching YouTube or TikTok? Have you guys seen that? Let me turn my nail lamp sideways because it cures my stuff. Well, somebody did a video in front of their Ring camera, right, when they're looking up YouTube, watching YouTube videos or watching TikTok. You know how you scroll and watch your videos. Well, there's a light that was shining. I guess you can't see it with the naked eye, but it blinks back in your face. Now I don't know what that does to us, but I mean, obviously they're doing it to us for a reason. So, and it's probably not just iPhones, it's probably Android phones as well. So I could guarantee that. I don't have a Ring camera, so I don't know. I don't know who figured that out, but somebody did. There's a reason for it. It's probably to keep us all docile. It's what it is for sure. So we're going to do 2 coats of this. I'll do the second coat off camera, so you guys are not just sitting here watching me do 2 coats. And I usually like to go like this on the side so it's not leaking. But these Rajism colors are so pretty. I enjoy these. And they cure really fast. So I'll do a second coat off camera and I'll be back. Okay, so I have the second coat on all 3 of these nails, and I think I'm gonna start making some of these charms now, because I did on this one, I did 2 of these and then 4 of these. So and I have one made right here. It's just at the stem. Let me see the little stem. I mean, I guess it's okay. It just has some green sticking out. But, yeah, I'll show you how I made the little mixture here. So I get my Zenna J top coat, which I love. The purple, the A1025, B106, whatever it was, 61. So we're going to put a droppy drop here. I think I put a little bit more of this purple last time, so let's just do that. Put a little bit of this blue. And then, of course, you got to thin it out. I have some of that UV resin, but for this one, I want to do it a color without having to paint it. And then I added a little of this glitter. Here, I'll show you the glitter. And just do a dropple of that. Come on now. And then I do like 2 drops of this top coat to thin it out. This is one of my favorite top coats. This is also on my TikTok. Well, it is linked on my TikTok and it's linked on my YouTube, but it's on my Temu account. That's where I get it from. And I buy these bottles, like I have 4 of these bottles, but I buy the refill thing. You could buy the refill thing. I get the refill thing for like $9, and it's a big ass little refill thing. So, see the color? My phone's pissing me off. But yeah, there we go. And then so I did like, let's see which one I did. Where's the one? Oopsie. So I did this one and this one. So I did one this, and then I did the bigger blueberry things right here, which I think I need to get some of that green out right there. And for that, I just use a sticky rolly, and then I could just roll it right out. See how it just came off on the sticky rolly? And then it's not a problem, so I'll just fill these 2 up, and I kind of just pinch it to the side. Fill it up like that. So stuffy still, it's crazy. I don't know how long I'm going to be sick for, but I have been sick for a hot minute now. It's been like, ooh, that got all over. So when I get it all over like that, I'll show you how I get it off. I'm just going to wipe my little brush off right here. So then I just get one of these cleanup brushes. Where's my little alcohol? Well, it's alcohol and acetone mixture right here. I kind of just dip it in and then dry it off. And just kind of, because if you don't, then it's going to cure in your lamp, and then you're going to have to cut it. You know, you're going to have to cut the excess gel off when you get it out of the lamp, and it's a pain in the ass. It's just something I don't want to do. So then I also have this green here, that green that I showed you. And so in order to do the little stem part right there, you kind of just got to smoosh it in, and then I'm going to do the same thing with my gel, you know, that little gel brush, and pull the excess off of it so that I don't have to cut it. So I just use my little silicone tool here and then like push it in. And so I'll make 2 sets of both of these. So I just kind of push it in, flip it over real quick, make sure it got in all the little crevices and it's not like bubbly and weird. See how it's kind of like all over the place? I'm just gonna brush it off. You don't want to take too much off. You don't want to like push it or anything. Flip it over real quick. Still all over the place, so you'll just... There we go. And then I put it in my lamp for 60... Well, no, that one goes to 120. So I do 120 and then I flip it over and do 120 on the other side. So we'll let that go while I do this. Where's my purple? There we go. So I'm going to get my ombre brush. What's everybody making for dinner? My daughter wants a sushi bake, so I'm making a sushi bake again. Well, not really again. I haven't made it since last month. So I'm going to take this purple, go kind of a little bit halfway down the nail and ombre it. Usually when I ombre it, I dip it in my rubbing alcohol mixture, kind of dry it off, and then this brush I also got from Temu. If you haven't noticed, I like Temu.
dismiss it. But are you sure I can take it? No, I'm fine. I'm positive this is all a big mistake.
So I'm using this, geez, where's the line? 20mm Vitino liner brush. It's my favorite liner brush in the world to do Frenchies for sure. Put some more white on my, I gotta get another white polish from them. I hate it when, that's the only thing about this white, because I hate it when my bottles get like that. This white always does it. It never fails. I don't know why. I could clean it and clean it and clean it, and it'll do it every time. Every single time. I don't know why. So, should we do the French first, or should we do the foil? I don't know. Well, I guess we'll just do the French first, since I'm already here. So I'll show you how I do my Frenchies. I go ahead and get it up in there. Get it up in there. Let's see if I can do this on camera. I've always had trouble doing Frenchies on camera. It's hard. It's a pain. But I'm going to try, y'all. I'm going to try. I'm going to try for you guys. And I'm only going to do one coat, because this one you don't really need 2 coats of it. I mean, you could, but I don't. Sometimes I find when you do 2 coats of French stuff, it makes it look bulky and thick, and it's just not, it's not a necessity. I'm so stuffy. I'm so congested. They got me on this medicine, but it just doesn't seem to be going away. I'm sorry if I get out of camera view, lens, focus, out of frame. That's what I meant. And I like to use my liner brush because it just goes on smoother instead of using the whole brush out of the bottle. Because when you use the brush out of the bottle, like, I feel like it goes on too thick, and then it goes on streaky. It's just it's a mess. So, and it doesn't take much longer to do it. So I always wondered why girls did it, and then when I started doing it myself, I'm like, oh, yep, that's why. Because when you do it out of the bottle, it's everywhere, literally everywhere. So, and you don't want it to get all over like that. So. And with squares, like, this doesn't do it, but if you do, like, Frenches, you know, on a square, you want to pull your polish down like that, because it floods the end of your nail. And if you're wondering why, like, oh, why is it flooding up? It's because squares do that. I don't know why, it just does. I'll do another French. Hopefully this doesn't cure my polish. Let me move it to the side. Let's move my thing to the side. Do another French for you. Sorry, I hit my phone. It's hard because it's a long liner brush. And nobody tells you how hard it is to record and do a French show. When I was in the hospital, I was just like, God, I want to get out and do nails. I was so bored just looking at nail stuff. My husband's like, you're looking at nails? So yes, I am. Shopping at the hospital. I'm a window shopper. If I don't have money, I'm window shopping. Because that's what I'm going to do. Especially if I'm in the hospital and I'm bored. I just wanted to be at my nail desk. I was sick as hell. I had IVs in me and drips and stuff. I just wanted to be at my nail desk. And then when I got home and tried to do nails, I was so dizzy. It took me a couple days, but because I hate laying down. I don't know about anybody else, but like after my coma and I almost died and stuff, I was like, I can't lay down like this. That was in 2019 when I almost died, but yeah. There we go, second French knees. Let me move that out the way real quick. Let's get these little blueberries out. Here we go, we got all our little charms made. Set that to the side. Everybody is not, and I'm not always fast on my Frenches. I mess up all the time, so if you're like just beginning, don't think like, oh, I gotta get and do these Frenchies real fast, because like I don't always have a good French day. Like I messed up on this one. You see how it's like that? I gotta get more white. Let's see, let me show you how it looks if I paint it out of the bottle. I mean, some people do it. It's just not my preference. Try it today. Just not my favorite thing. See how it's like kind of like spatchy? I just not my thing.
Can I please have a moment of your time, please?
I'm late to the cinema.
Frenchies are one of the hardest things to learn, so
I'm late.
just know that.
Bravo, Madame Clouseau.
I followed the line back from Avignon where the train stopped, and I found this.
Ah, oui, non.
Well, yeah, it's Tom Staver. He offered me a piece before he disappeared.
And the ejector seat on the train. Where was that found?
Should really be a stand-up comedian, you know that?
My wife doesn't think so.
So there was a door in the conductor's office.
Oh, the conductor.
So since I messed up on the French, I'm going to get a little of my rubbing alcohol acetone mixture and my little cleanup brush. I got this one from Temu in like one of those Popajoanna kits. This brush is really good. Like it's a pretty good one. I have like a NailzbyAnnaMaria one, I think, that I use for cleanup, but since this one was out, I'm going to use it. Boop, boop, badoo. There we go. The French. And then I cure those for like the, longest time in my lamp. This is what we have so far. And then of course I clean my brush off right away because I don't want it to like get all caked up and nasty, so. I'll show you what I like to use to clean my brushes. I like to use this Tinovo brush cleanser. This is the best stuff. I like it. That's my favorite. I mean, I'm just suggesting what I like, so you do you, boo-boo. That's what I like, and it's $14. It's not like it's like a lot of money. I mean, it's not cheap, but it's not like $40 or anything. So I like that stuff. It's good for me. So let's move on to the foil. Let's get that part out the way. Let me put this up real quick to get some of this stuff out the way. And with this one's a rather thin consistency. Consistency, words are hard. You want to put, make sure to get it all over in a good amount, but like, put it on and then pull it off, if you get what I'm saying. So see how I like scrape it off and make sure to get it all over. And then I wipe the sides with my finger with a glove on, of course. I always wear gloves on both hands when I paint because, or when I do nails, do nails, gel, because a lot of girls wear it just on this hand, but I wear it on the one I paint too because I rub down the side of the nail and it's just safer for me, and I'm not trying to get no allergies. I have eczema already, so for me this is the best way. And see, I like to rub down the sides because your foil glue will run, and then I put it for 30 seconds in my not polished lamp, and then I like to let it cool. Like let the nail cool when it comes out of the lamp, and then put the foil on. I don't put the foil on immediately. I do one nail at a time and let the nail cool off. Don't put the foil on immediately. I find that's the best way to get foils to stick. I've been wanting to try that gum gel. I think it's called from Gen B for foils. From Sweeties. Everybody says it's the best stuff, but it's probably like $24. I already know it is. And I have this, so because I have trouble with foil sometimes, and I just wanted to try it. Whenever I get the money, I'll do it. But as for now, I have this one, and then I have like a Beatles one. This one I feel like works better than the Beatles one. I think it's the Beatles one. So you just want to put a thin coat, pop it in there 30 seconds, let it cool. So we're gonna set that. I don't like to touch it too much. Sorry, I hit my camera again. Okay, sorry, my phone stopped recording. I don't know why. It says that I have no space, but it's not saving onto my like drive for whatever reason. My drive is empty, but my phone is full, and I have like 197 gigabytes on my drive. I can't figure out how to save it on there, so. Well, anyways, now we're going to do the purple line that goes right here. So, let me just pick up some paper. This is from the Double Rhythm too. I just love this purple. It's so pretty. So we're just going to schmooze it on there. You want to try to do it as, straight as you can, but I'm a little bit shaky because like I said, I had to take, I have asthma, and then also I had that respiratory issue I was just in the hospital with, so I was taking breathing treatment. So that medicine, if anybody knows, makes you a bit shaky, so you want to stabilize your hand whether you're shaky like me or not. And when you're a beginner and a shaky bitch like I am, long liner brush is the way to go. This one's a good one for that because I'm shaky. I'm shaky whether I take my albuterol or not, so yeah, I'm just a shaky girl with the Frenches or like line work, so you want to just kind of get it as good as you can get it. And this side is pissing me off. I can't get it up there. Here we go. Because I'm a perfectionist for sure, so it bothers me if, like, something is out of place or it's not straight enough. It'll bother me. But you also got to remember these are handmade, so let's pop that into the lamp. I always put it on for the full amount. That way when I'm popping the other ones in, I just pop some in. I should be done unless I mess up before the lamp goes off. So I just put it for the full amount, and that way I know it's cured. I don't have no uncured gel on anybody's paws. I say paws, I mean hands. I have dogs, so I always say paws. I have chihuahuas. So if you ever hear my puppies in the background, it's because I got a lot of chihuahuas. I need to find a house. I've been struggling to find a house I'm in an apartment, and I hate being in an apartment with dogs. It sucks. I want them to have a backyard, plus I want my babies to have a backyard. Sorry if I was out of frame. Sometimes I just don't notice when I'm out of frame. It kind of sucks, but that's me. I'd be out of frame. But yeah, I'm in Colorado, so I'm happy for having a place to live. Obviously, I've been in worse positions, but I need a house now because my kids are getting older. They want their own bedroom. My girls share a bedroom right now, and my son's in my room still. He's 8, so we need to get a bigger place. Because my lamp turned off. Slow today. It's just too small for us. It's a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom apartment. I like to talk in my videos if y'all haven't noticed. You guys are my friends. My kids are at school. They have school until Thursday. And it's been like super rainy here, and their school waited until the last week to do a field day. And this is their first year at this new school. It's an art school, but I don't know why they waited till the last week. Obviously, we're in spring, y'all. Why would you wait until the last week? Because their old school, they always did it like the last 2 weeks. That way, if they need to reschedule and push it out because of the rain, they can. Well, it was supposed to be today, the field day, but it's like super rainy, so they pushed it out until Thursday. Well, the weather changed, and now it's supposed to be rainy Thursday, so I don't know how they're going to do field day inside because it's like a whole bunch of water activities and other stuff. And, the kids don't want to do it inside. It's field day. So, yeah, I don't know why they waited till the last week to plan it. They should have, They should have at least done it 2 weeks out. That way they know to, if they need to push it out, they can. Like, I don't know why they do that, but this is my first year at this school, which I've had some problems with, but we wanted to get them into this school. That way my 6th grader could be in school with my 2nd grader and my 4th grader, because I just didn't want her going to middle school by herself just yet, so, and she didn't want to either. So, okay, now these have cooled for some time now. We put the foil glue on there. I like to, oops, that was upside down. I like to find where I'm going to place it and then place it in the middle first. And then press down in the middle and then kind of go like this, because foil tends to wrinkle like I just did right there. It didn't stick though, so that's good. And before I pop it all the way off, I like to pull it up a little bit and see what didn't stick, and if something didn't go on, you could push it down again and then rub again. And your fingers make more friction and heat. I just find it, when I did it when it was hot, it wasn't sticking right. So, like, I don't know. I mean, to each his own, I guess. Everybody has a different way, but, like, for whatever reason, I sometimes see right there in the corner, I don't think I rubbed enough. Have an issue with foils. I don't know. I don't know if it's my foil gel or my technique. See? And the little spots where it's supposed to be white, that's how it was supposed to be. Like, I'll show you the foil before I put it on this time. You see how it's like the little strawberries have the little white in the corner? So, like, that one turned out perfect. So, see how I say let it cool? I like to let it cool. Because the longer you let it cool, like, I don't know, I just find, I got that little tip from Glamify Babe, another nail channel, and it just seemed to work for me the best. And so before you pull off your nail foil, pull it off slowly. That way, if you're missing a chunk of foil, push it back on there and rub it again. And I like to rub on the side of the nail too, because I hate it when I don't have some color on the side of the nail or the tip of the nail. I mean, obviously, you don't have to have it there, but I like the full nail to be fully engulfed in whatever I'm doing there. See how it kind of had like a crease right there? From me, obviously, I put the foil down wrong. I'm going to try to get that, and if not, I'm going to put another strawberry with that color down right there, or a piece of the strawberry, and it'll stick again. There, it worked. Let's see. Nope, I'm still missing a piece right there. Go down, lady. I can't get this stuffiness to go away, and it's probably because it's raining too crazy. There, that one turned out good too. Alright, so let's get these files. And I like to cut them because when you don't cut them, like, it just be flailing all over the place. So here's what we have so far. So now I'm going to take my Zenajay base coat, and I'm going to base coat these right here that I just did. That way, it just has, you don't have to base coat it, but I like to base coat it just to make sure whoever's wearing these is not going to mess up, chip off, no oopsies. And I like the Zenajay base coat. It's nice and thick. It's good for overlays if you want like a thick or encapsulating stuff. You see, it's like a thick one. She thick. I try to find the refill bottles of this on Temu and other places, and I cannot find any. So if anybody knows, let me know. Maybe they just don't have none. Maybe they don't. So I don't know. So I like to see how you can see the glitter through it. It's pretty. Yeah, I like to base coat it. That way, whoever's wearing these, it's not gonna come off, chip off. I like to really get her in there. Because, yeah, I would be mad if my foils came off. I do the same thing with chrome too. That way your chrome doesn't chip and it's not a problem. So now we have just the Frenches, and we're going to go ahead and here our little charmy charms, and then I have these. These ones are so tiny, they all mixed up on their own. I got them this way from Temu. I think they're so little, they kind of just slip through the little cracks on their own. So we'll start with my crazy top and putting the blueberry thingies on there first. Okay, so we'll do the thumb. And I like to use my little thing right here to put the gel on with the diamonds. But with the, like, blueberries falling all over. I like to just take my little blueberry and I like to just dunk it right in there. I usually do that with my charms. I don't like to, put the gel on the nail. I like to just dunk it right in there because then I know it's fully engulfed. And then I'm not going to have an issue. And then I'm going to take my not polished flash cure lamp and just cure one at a time. I could have probably done 2 at a time because it's a thick one. Save some time, right? No, she doesn't want to do that. Let me find the other one that's opposite of this one because, yeah, that's what I was going for, the opposites. There we go. So I'm going to get the second one, just dunk it in there. She didn't dunk it in far enough. See how one's like up and one's like sideways? I'm going to go ahead and dry it. And then I'm going to look, I just get the gel with this thing. And I don't like to leave my gels uncovered too long because I've cured too many gels like that. And I just do a little dab there. And a little dab there. With my Zinajay. You all know I love this top coat. And my method when I do charms or whatever, I like to scrub. What do I call it? Scrubbing It's like a scrub and remove method. I like dump it on there and then I remove it because I like to get it underneath the charms and make sure nothing. These ones aren't too bulky, but I still like to make sure nothing is going to get hooked in anybody's hair because that's the worst. You see how I like remove it and then I'll let it all level out. That's the best way I could describe it. And I do put it over the diamonds too. These are not the Swarovski ones, so I like to get it on there. And then once I like kind of scrub it off, I like let it level for a second and make sure there's like no streaking or anything like that. And then I pop it into the lamp. I just want to make sure it gets under them blueberries. Make sure nothing's going to hook in her hair or anything like that, because that's freaking annoying when that happens. I know, I hate that. That's like another reason why I dip my charms into my Jim Bee gel, so that you know that they're covered into it and it's not you know, it needs to be like set in there, so the charms are like encapsulated, kind of, sort of. So see how it's like a ton of it on there, and then I'm going to scrape it off so it's like not all around the charms and like flooding the cuticle, or I mean flooding the edge, but I want it to be on there good. So I like scrub it on there, flood it on there, and then scrub it off. Even though I know that like I, you know, kind of like it's not really encapsulated, but these ones were like smaller and a little flatter. If they were like bigger, I would have went in like with like a liner brush and then went with that gel that I put the charms on with the Jim Bee gel, and I would have went around the edges with the gel, but this one didn't need to. I could just dunk it in and it'd have been fine. Make sure nothing's on the edge. Turn my lamp back on. There's that one. Going with the top coats. And then we're all done. And then at the end, before I package them up, I like to go on the back of the nail. First, I get a rubbing alcohol wipe and clean them off. And then I go in and I prep the back of her nails for her. So that, because as you know, a lot of girls, one, they might not have a drill, or two, might not have the edge, the, whatchamacallit. Let me show you what I use. This stuff. The Praise gel prep stuff. So I like to prep it for them, because if you're trying to put on your nails and the base is shiny, they're just not going to stay on very long. So I prep it for them. So I do that at the end. And do any kind of filing at the end as well. Like file the tips, like I'll file the tip right there and make it just, see how the tip is not like rounded all the way? Or stiletto all the way, or whatever it may be. There was a lint, so that's another reason why I wear gloves, because I get lint. What the hell is that? Lint. So then I don't have to worry about getting gel on me. And I could just wipe it on my glove, and then it's not a problem. So now that I have that part all done, I'll go ahead and get my like file. Usually I use like, for these ones, I'll use like, these are my favorite files, the Tammy Taylor ones. I don't use anything else. And I get them from Amazon. This one is the finer grit one, because this doesn't need to be crisp. This is not a square. So if I was to do a square one, I would use my Tammy Taylor one, the 80. I think that's 100 grit. But since this one just needs to be rounded out at the end, because they're almond and that's what she wanted, like a more rounded almondy shape. That's what I'm going to do. I kind of just do that and make them look more cohesive. Where's that pinky nail? Square nails are the worst ones. I hate filing square nails, because like when you're starting out, to get them straight is a pain in the ass. So here we go for all the nails. Let me put them together so I could show y'all the whole set as a whole. Here we go. Here they are. Super cute. Here's the ones we just did, and here's the ones I did. There we go. Super cute and simple, of course. The Frenches are always a pain in the butt, but they're cute. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and like and subscribe for more. Thanks, guys. Bye.